Hello everybody, thank you so much, I guess, for clicking on this video. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and I'm coming to you, unfortunately not live, but I am still coming to you here from the gym at Westwood High School in Westwood, Massachusetts. Here to bring you coverage of this, the 2026 MIAA Division I Boys Volleyball State Championship game. We are down to the final two competitors on this volleyball stage, facing off in a rematch of last year's state championship. We have the first-seeded Rockets of Needham High School, and we have the second-seeded Brookline High Warriors. Well, folks, we had a bit of a last-minute audible on the time and location of this state final. Originally, this match was going to start at 6 o'clock at Newton South High School, the site of the Final Four matches that were played a couple of days ago. However, it's quite a hot day, temperatures in the mid to high 80s for most of this day, and as fate would have it, the air conditioning system at Newton South High School gym broke, apparently. And so in order to make sure that having this large crowd of people all cramped together in this one gym didn't cause everyone to melt here in the stands, they changed the location of this state final to here in Westwood. And so here we are for this one. Now, unfortunately, I'm not allowed to bring you live coverage of this state championship match. The NFHS network, they are doing their own live stream of the state finals, and they have an exclusivity deal with the league. So if they're doing a live stream, then that means that I can't. So I am recording this one, and I will upload it 48 hours later as per the NFHS regulations. Pardon me for a sec, folks. I'm just gonna, 1 second. I'm just raising up the level of my tripod. The crowd is getting very crowded here in Westwood. And so when things get tight towards the end of the match, people get on their feet. I want to make sure that they're not blocking our view here on the broadcast. All right, there we go. I think we'll be okay now. Here's hoping, fingers crossed on that. Well, you guys know how we do on this channel. We do the best we can with what we have, and we play it where it lies. Anyway, while this broadcast is not live, we are still sponsored, still receiving support from the good folks at Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. Brookline High sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything from remodels to handyman honey-do lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. And as always, you can see all that information about Brookline Proven, their website and phone number, down in the bottom center of your screen, as well as in the description section of this video down below. Also down below, you can find a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight for today, the Brookline Education Foundation. The Brookline Education Foundation raises funds to help promote growth and innovation among Brookline educators, growth that can then be passed on to the children of this community. For over 40 years, this foundation has given out a variety of grants across the educational landscape. These include Idea Lab grants for teachers that want to present their students with new and exciting projects, and teacher grants for educators that want to further develop their own skills to bring to the classroom. Many initiatives which have become staples in the public schools of Brookline started as BEF grants. They support literacy education training, new methods in STEM education, project-based learning, mentoring of new principals and superintendents, and collaborative work around diversity, equity, and inclusion, just to name a few. Visit brooklineeducation.org or call 617-948-6999 to find out how you can help support our town's educators and, through them, our students. Once again, that's brooklineeducation.org or call 617-948-6999. And once again, all that information in the description of this video down below. Well, folks, as you can see from the scoreboard cam that we've got going in the bottom left corner of your screen, we got about 4 minutes left on the pregame clock here, and I've been trying every single playoff game that I've covered for this volleyball team. I've been trying to put up some neat stats for each one for some pregame talk, and no different this time, as we've got some stats, a bit of a blast from the past as we look back at the stats from last year's state championship match. Last year, Brookline defeated Needham in the state finals 3-1. And as you can see, we've got stats from last year's state final between the returning players and the graduates. Brookline won that one 3-1. Needham actually took the first set in that match 25-20. But after that, Brookline took the next three 27-25, 25-22, 25-15. Now, amongst the stats, keep in mind, I was not doing a good job of keeping track of block stats last year. I didn't know about assisted blocks, so my block numbers are going to be off here. However, you can see amongst the returning players, amongst the returning players for Brookline, number 19, Alex Smagula, in last year's state finals, he had 46 assists, 3 kills, and 3 blocks. Number 1, Amir Tomer, who was wearing a different jersey number last year. I think he was 21 last year. In last year's state championship, he had 10 kills and 2 blocks. Number 99, Liam Raybold, had 5 kills, 4 blocks, 3 assists, and 1 ace. Number 20, Luca Gallucci, had 3 kills, 2 blocks, and 1 ace. And number 6, Jacob Lamb, last year the substitute libero wearing number 50. This year the starting libero wearing number 6. He had 1 assist. Among Brookline's graduates from last year, Kristaps Vivars was a big presence in last year's state finals. Finished with 26 kills, 1 ace, and 1 assist, while Connor Christopher had 9 kills, 2 blocks, and 1 assist. Now for Needham, amongst their returners, number 16, Luke Vivaldi, in last year's state finals, he had 12 assists and 1 ace. Number 5, Will Rosman, had 11 kills and 1 block. Number 22, Matt Clunan, had 9 kills and 1 ace. Number 3, Thomas Klein, had 4 kills and 1 block. Number 10, Landon Liu, had 3 aces and 2 assists. And number 1, Tyler Goldberg, had 2 assists. Amongst the graduates from last year's Needham team, Nathaniel Ross had 26 assists. Will McDonald had 10 kills, 1 block. Andrew Kurtziel had 5 kills, 1 ace, and 1 block. Jeremy Bullard-Smith had 3 kills, 1 block. And Nico Viazzoli had 1 block. So a lot of graduated heroes from last year's state championship game. A lot of returners from last year's state championship. We'll see who the heroes are today. Brookline trying to go back-to-back after winning last year's state finals. Needham trying to return to the top of the mountain after three-peating in 2021, 22, and 23 before finishing as the runner-up in 24 and 25. Who will prevail today? Let's see. The PA announcer taking over, so I'm going to go quiet. All right, there you have it. The rosters for these two teams are national anthem, and so much noise coming from this capacity crowd here in Westwood. Nary an inch for people to place their feet, as this gym is packed with all it can handle and then some. These two teams, Brookline and Needham, not only facing off in a rematch of last year's state finals, but also in a rubber match after they faced off twice in the regular season as Bay State Conference rivals. Brookline taking the win in Needham on April 30th in 5 sets, 3-2. Set scores 16-25, 25-22, 23-25, 25-23, and 15-12. And then Needham getting the sweep win over Brookline in Brookline on May 14th, 3-0. Set scores 25-21, 25-16, 28-26. For those of you who have done the math, 6 out of the 8 sets these two teams have played this year were decided by 4 points or less. It's anyone's contest here in the state finals right from the jump. The starting lineups coming out on the floor. For Brookline, we see Alex Magula, Zach Spencer, Amir Tomer, Liam Raybold, Kais Alfakori, and Jacob Lamb. For Needham, we see Landon Liu, Luke Vivaldi, Matt Clunan, Tyler Goldberg, Frederick Goodman, and I believe Max Cooper. Needham will be serving to start us off here in the 2026 state finals. Landon Liu to send over the first ball. Brookline versus Needham for it all. Here we go, and it's a miss into the net by Landon Liu. Brookline gets the first point of the match. You can see that on our scoreboard cam, Brookline listed as the guest, Needham listed as home, as Needham is the higher seed. Alex Magula now serving for Brookline. Serve received by Clunan. Vivaldi sets back to Clunan. Spike gets through the blockers. Matt Clunan with the first kill of the state championship game. Luke Vivaldi picks up his first assist. Clunan in 2 matches against Brookline in the regular season had 32 kills for Needham, as this serve from Tyler Goldberg also misses long. Needham having some struggles with their serving to start this one. Now Amir Tomer on serve for Brookline, and that's an ace. Amir Tomer, the program record holder in service aces, coming off a Final Four match where he had 8 aces, picks up his first of the state finals. This serve is received by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Quick spike missed long by Thomas Klein. Needham having some trouble with their control early in this one, as Brookline takes the early lead 4-1. Just 1 offensive point for the Warriors so far, 3 misses for the Rockets. Serve Tomer, that one went off the back of a teammate's head. Missed that one badly. And now the serve goes back to Needham. On serve, looks like it'll be number 33, Frederick Goodman. Goodman's serve received by Alfakori. Smagula sets back to Alfakori, spike deflected and taken by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi. Clunan taps it over, taken by Smagula. Lamb sets, Alfakori, left-hand tap, dug out by Goodman, sent over on 1, spiked back on 1, no! They say that Alfakori stepped over the half-court line. So Needham gets the point off the error there. Goodman back on serve, received again by Alfakori. Smagula sets, tap over by Spencer, taken by Clunan, set by Vivaldi from the back. Will Rosman, dug out by Smagula, tracked down by Lamb. Tap, blocked, recovered by Spencer, tapped over on 2 by Raybold. Taken by Goldberg, set Vivaldi, and a spike from Thomas Klein. through for the kill. Thomas Klein had 12 kills and 9 blocks across 2 matches against Brookline. Has his first kill today. Vivaldi his second assist. Serve Goodman, received by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. Spike Alpha Corey, got under that one and missed it wide. Just a little off timing there as Alpha Corey hit that one under it and off his fingertips as that one sails. Needham with 4 unanswered points. They lead 5-4. Goodman's serve, received by Alpha Corey. Set by Smagula to the right. Liam Raybold fires a spike, dug out by Goodman. Bumped up by Goldberg. Clunin the spike, got through the blockers. Matt Clunin, his second kill. Tyler Goldberg, his first assist. Goldberg, the libero, had 3 assists and 2 aces against Brookline in 2 matches in the regular season. Serve Goodman, taken by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula from the back. Tomer fires, goes off the shoulder of a Needham defender for the kill. Amir Tomer with the only offensive points for Brookline so far as he picks up his first kill of this match. He had 33 kills in 2 matches against Needham in the regular season. Alex Smagula, his first assist. This serve received by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Klein, a quick spike out of the middle, answers right back. Klein, his second kill. Luke Vivaldi, his third assist of the day. Vivaldi had 92 assists to go along with 4 kills, 3 aces, and 3 blocks across 2 matches against Brookline. Clunin serve, received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alpha Corey, roll shot to the back, taken by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman, cross court, dug out by Lamb, set by Smagula from the back. Tomer fires, dug out by Goldberg, barely kept alive by Vivaldi, punched over by Clunin, taken by Lamb and over on 1, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike by Rosman, blocked wide. No, it was blocked successfully. A successful block for Brookline, coming from, I believe, Gallucci and Raybold. A huge turnaround for Brookline there out of that wild rally. Vivaldi now sets for Rosman, blocked again. Gallucci and Smagula this time. Second block for Gallucci, first for Smagula. Back on serve is Raybold, taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman, blocked for a third time. Can you believe it? Gallucci and Smagula team up again for another block. Great blocking presence from the Warriors early in this one. 3 blocks already for Luca Gallucci, 2 for Alex Smagula. Serve taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman deflected and taken by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Tomer flies from the back. His spike dug out by Goldberg. Chased down by Goodman. Weird bounce off the ceiling and Clunin can't get it over. One of the wild factors of volleyball is the structure of the ceiling, and it plays a role in that point there. Brookline answering back to take a 9-7 lead, led by a strong blocking presence up front. The first 2 spikes from Needham from Matt Clunin went off the blocker's hands sideways, but Brookline never backed down from the challenge, and some great coverage from the likes of Luca Gallucci, Liam Raybold, and Alex Smagula. On Brookline's right side, Needham's left. That's such a huge key to any volleyball match, containing the hitting prowess of your opponent's left side hitter. If Brookline can keep up that blocking presence on that side, that could be huge. Will Rosman and Matt Clunin have been a big 2-headed monster on that left-hand side. I mentioned Clunin had 32 blocks across 2 matches against Brookline in the regular season. Will Rosman had even more. He had 43 So those are two to watch out for. Serve taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike blocked again, but kept alive this time by Needham. Rosman tries again, deflected, taken by Tomer, set by Smigula. Alpha Corey spike down the line for the kill. Kais Alpha Corey with his first kill of the day. He had the match-winning kill against Needham in that 5-set thriller back in April. This serve received, now bumped up by Goldberg. Rosman fires, missed it long. A good watch by Brookline. Their blockers just completely backed off with Rosman firing from distance after the less than ideal service receive, put them kind of out of sequence. 11-7, the Brookline lead. Serve Rabel, taken by Goodman, set Vivaldi. Left-hand punch deflected, taken by Alpha Corey. Set by Smigula. Tomer, roll shot, chased down by Rosman. Set by Vivaldi. Klein spikes, missed it. It was a great recovery by Will Rosman off the roll shot, but Thomas Klein a little too much on that third touch, and it goes long. 12-7, the Brookline lead. Raybold serve off the fingertips of Goodman, chased down by Vivaldi. Rosman spike, blocked wide. Needham finally puts a stop to Brookline's point streak. A great recovery by Vivaldi after the less than ideal service received to chase down the second touch for the bump pass that Rosman was able to make the best of for his first kill of the match. Vivaldi, his fourth assist. Now on serve for Needham, number 23, David Vulik. Vulik serve, sails long. Brookline gets to go right back on serve, still leading by 5. Kais Alpha Corey now sending it over. Serve received by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Rosman's spike got through. Will Rosman, undeterred by the 3 straight blocks Brookline got earlier this set, still attacking as he picks up his second kill. Vivaldi, his 5th assist. Vivaldi now on serve for the Rockets. Serve received by Alpha Corey, set by Smigula. Tomer sends it off the blocker's hands. Crafty move from Amir Tomer to pick up his second kill. Smigula picks up his 3rd assist on that one. And now it'll be Luca Gallucci on serve for Brookline. Not a frequent server for the Warriors. Serve taken by Clune and set Vivaldi. Spike Rosman got through. The two teams trading kills back and forth, getting some clean sequences. As Rosman picks up his 3rd kill, Vivaldi his 6th assist. 14-10, the Brookline lead. As Landon Liu goes back on serve. He started us off in this match. His serve now received a bit awkwardly, but Smigula sets it up. A push from Tomer. And Needham barely gets it over on 3. Taken by Lamb, set by Smigula. Tomer, a reverse, and it's read well by Goodman. Set by Vivaldi, spike Clunin, nailed it. Some wild and wacky hits back and forth, but it ends with a beautiful cross-court spike by Matt Clunin for his 3rd kill. Vivaldi his 7th assist. Serve Liu, received a bit awkwardly by Alpha Corey, bumped up by Lamb. Roll shot Tomer, taken by Goldberg. Off the ceiling though! A ceiling assisted kill for Amir Tomer. 3rd kill for Tomer with a little help from the infrastructure here in Westwood. Smigula his 4th assist. And now Smigula on serve for the Warriors. Serve sails long. A little too much air under that one, and a good watch by Needham's back line. The libero, Tyler Goldberg, now on serve for the Rockets. Serve received by Lamb, set by Smagula, going to the right to Tomer. Cross-court spike miss just wide. A rare miss from Tomer, usually a very sure-handed spiker. And Needham now within 2 of Brookline. Goldberg serve, taken by Alfakori, set by Smagula. Raybold fires out of the middle. Liam Raybold started his career as a middle blocker, moved to the right side, but he is still capable of sneaking in from the side to get a middle spike like that one. His first kill, Smagula his 5th assist. Tomer on serve. Can his powerful serves create some momentum for Brookline? Dug out by Goldberg, over on 1, tapped down by Alfakori, but recovered by Needham. Tap over by Clunan, recovered awkwardly by Brookline, and Spencer bumps it over. Taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Goodman could not be dug out. Brookline had a great opportunity after that serve went over on 1, but they weren't able to take advantage. Needham answers back. Goodman picks up his first kill. This serve received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alfakori, the spike, sails long, got the deflection. Kais Alfakori gets it off the blocker's hands for his 2nd kill. Smagula his 6th assist. Brookline a slim lead of 3 points. Ryan Cheng subs in to go on serve. Serve received by Rosman, set Vivaldi, spike Klein, dug out, kept alive by Cheng and Alfakori, and Smagula bumps it over. Taken by Goodman, set Vivaldi, Klein spikes again, and this time would not be denied. 3rd kill for Klein, 9th assist for Vivaldi. Needham back within 2 again. No point streaks for a while from either side. Serve Clunan, received by Tomer. Smagula sets. Alfakori off the blocker's hands, recovered by Rosman, over on 1. Taken by Alfakori, set by Smagula. Tomer from the back, overshoots it. Couple of tough misses for Amir Tomer in this first set, and Needham is now within 1, 17-16. And a timeout is called. The PA announcer asking for a round of applause for the Westwood athletic director. And, you know, credit to Westwood when they needed to call an audible here with Newton South's AC breaking. Westwood was able to accommodate this championship match last minute. Out of the timeout, we got a tight first set here. Matt Clunan on serve for the Rockets. Off the net court, dug out by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alfakori, spike blocked, recovered by Gallucci. Smagula sets, Raybold, roll shot, taken by Vivaldi, bumped up by Goldberg. Rosman, spike blocked. Gallucci and Raybold on the block for Brookline. That one was huge. Fourth block for Gallucci, second for Raybold. Raybold serving, taken by Goldberg, set Vivaldi, quick spike, blocked! Kais Alfakori with a fantastic solo block there, and a timeout is called. A huge response from Brookline out of the timeout. Two huge points from their blockers. And great response from Kaisal Fakori, was left on an island on that weak side and still covered it so well. We mentioned before how important it is to contain your opponent's left side blockers, or your opponent's left side spikers, meaning a lot of times the blocking emphasis is put on the right side, which means the guy on the left side a lot of times gets left on an island, and Alpha Corey was left on an island there, and one-on-one he won that battle. 19-16, Brookline needs 6 more points to win this first set, but they're only up by 3. Still a very tight contest here. Raybold back on serve out of the timeout. Received by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike blocked again! Gallucci and Smagula teaming up for yet another block. Third block for Smagula, 5th for Luca Gallucci. What a day he's having up front. Serve Raybold, taken by Rosman. Set Vivaldi, Rosman spike. That hit the pole. You could see the red and white pole move. You can't hit that pole with the ball. Brookline with 4 unanswered points. They're now up 21-16. Raybold serve, taken by Goodman, set Vivaldi. Klein spike dug out by Lamb. Set by Gallucci. Roll shot Alpha Corey. Just wide. And Gallucci signaling my bad there. I think he didn't realize how close Smagula was to him. You want Smagula taking that second touch to get a more ideal pass to the hitter. And when you get a non-setter doing your second set, sometimes things get a little out of rhythm. Vulik subbing in to go on serve for Needham. Serve sails long. Vulik, the defensive specialist and serving specialist for Needham, has missed both of his serves so far. A rough start for him. Brookline back up by 5. They need just 3 more. Kaisal Fakori on serve. Serve off the fingertips of Rosman, chased down by Goodman, bumped over by Rosman, taken by Lamb, set by Smagula. Gallucci blocked, recovered by Smagula, bumped up by Levy, sent over by Tomer, taken by Goodman, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike, drops in. Jacob Lamb thought that one was going out, misjudged it, and Rosman picks up his 4th kill. Vivaldi his 10th assist. This set is far from over, folks. Vivaldi on serve. Received by Alpha Corey. Set by Smagula. Tomer flies, deflected, cannot be followed up. Amir Tomer has had a couple of rough misses in this first set, but he delivers perfectly on that one for his 4th kill so far. Smagula his 7th assist. 23-18, Brookline needs just 2 more. Serve from Gallucci, ricochets off the basketball net, battle at the net, won by Needham, recovered by Spencer, chased down by Smagula, and Tomer is blocked. Cooper and Goodman on the block there. Brookline found themselves scrambling after losing that battle at the net, and they were not able to recover. 23-19. Landon Liu back on serve. Oh, it hits Levy, and he is frustrated about that one. He was trying to get out of the way and let that one go long. It would have gone long, but instead it hits him. And now a possible opportunity for Needham here. Instead of it being set point for Brookline, the Rockets are within 3. But the serve missed into the net by Liu. And now Brookline with an opportunity here. Set point for the Warriors. Alex Smagula will be serving for the set. Taken by Rosman, set Vivaldi, spike Clunin, deflected and taken by Lamb. Smagula sets, Tomer flies, spike, and gets it! Amir Tomer finishing the job in set number 1. Fifth kill for Amir Tomer, 8th assist for Alex Smagula. And Brookline takes a 1-0 lead here in the state finals. As we get ready for the second set, I remind you this broadcast brought to you in part by Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. BHS sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything from remodels to handyman honeydew lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. All that information on Brookline Proven down in the bottom center of your screen and in the description section of the video down below. I'm going to take a break and mute my mic. I'll be back with the second set of this state final. Stay tuned. Hello again, Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan back here at the gym at Westwood High School in Westwood, Massachusetts, as we are gearing up for the second set of this state championship match between the Brookline Warriors and the Needham Rockets. Brookline taking the first set 25-20. A bit of a shift in pattern as Needham took the first set in both of their regular season matches and in last year's state finals. This is the first time since the 2025 regular season that Brookline has taken the first set off Needham. Let's see what the second set has in store. Alex Smagula, the serve, taken a bit awkwardly, but bumped up by Vivaldi. Tap over by Clunin. Dug out by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Spike Tomer. Deflected, taken by Rosman, but cannot be followed up. Amir Tomer picking up right where he left off at the end of the first set as he picks up his 6th kill. Alex Smagula, his 9th assist as he sends over the serve, chased down by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clunin spike deflected, chased down by Lamb. Set by Smagula, looking for Tomer again, deflected, taken by Rosman, very close to the net. Tapped by Spencer, sent over by Clunin, taken by Alpha Corey. Set by Smagula, Spencer sends it over, taken by Goldberg, going over, Spencer fires! Zach Spencer hit that ball about 3 times in that rally. The 3rd time was the charm, and he picks up his 1st kill of the match. Spencer had 10 kills and 14 blocks in 2 matches against Needham this regular season, including a team-high 10 blocks in that 5-set thriller back in April. Spencer so far leads Brookline in playoff blocks with 23. Hasn't gotten a block yet, but he has his 1st kill. Smagula the serve, taken by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Goodman spike, across court laser for the kill by Frederick Goodman, his 2nd. Luke Vivaldi, his 11th assist. Brookline up 2-1. Tyler Goldberg serving for Needham. Taken by Alpha Corey. Chased down by Smagula. Roll shot by Spencer. Taken by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman from the back. A nice executed, kind of delayed hit there from Rosman. Threw off the blocker's timing and picked up his 5th kill. Vivaldi his 12th assist. Goldberg, another line drive serve, recovered by Alpha Corey, but it's off of the ceiling, off of one of the pipes up there. And Tyler Goldberg, the libero, picking up his 1st ace. He had 2 aces in the 5-set match in April, but none in the 3-set match in May. Has his 1st here in the state final. Needham turning the corner and taking the 3-2 lead early in this 2nd set. This serve received by Alpha Corey, another awkward bounce off the ceiling, but it's recovered by Raybold, bumped over by Tomer, taken by Goldberg. Set Vivaldi, spike Klein is blocked, recovered by Rosman. Set up by Vivaldi, a spike dug out by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. Tomer spike powers it through for the kill. What a great dig on the defensive side by Kais Alpha Corey to give Brookline that opportunity as Tomer picks up his 7th kill and Smagula his 10th assist. Tomer now on serve for Brookline. Serve dug out by Goldberg, over on 1. Battle at the net, won by Needham. Oh, but a net touch. Maybe a touch of the net or a touch of the opposing player. Whatever it was, violation on Needham. Brookline gets the free points and takes the lead 4-3 as they now call for a timeout to wipe up the floor there. It is very hot as both teams taking a chance to wipe things up here. You know, whenever a player goes to the floor, that player's going to be sweaty. Any moisture that accumulates, it's going to condensate there. It's hot. So after wiping down both sides of the court, Amir Tomer back on serve. Off the net court, dug out there. Set by Vivaldi, pushed to the back by Clunin, but too far. You could see the idea for Clunin there. They were slightly out of sequence, no chance for a power shot. Good idea to send it to the back, just a little too much on it. Serve Tomer, dug out by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. This spike gets through for Frederick Goodman. And I give a lot of credit to Tyler Goldberg there. Digging out a serve like that and absorbing much of its speed is easier said than done, but he did it perfectly there. Goodman's serve taken by Alfakuri, set by Smigula. Alfakuri spiked down the line. Well placed for the kill. At first, it looked like the pass might be a little out in front, but might have been by design there, as Alfakuri got some extra push further to the back line there to pick up his third kill. Smigula his 11th assist. Brookline up 6-4. Ryan Chang on serve for Brookline. Serve taken by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Klein spike, drops it in perfectly. The blockers looked like they kind of missed their timing and pulled back a little bit, and Klein just fired the cannon and dropped it inside the back line for his 4th kill. Vivaldi his 14th assist. These two teams trading blows back and forth here in the second set. Serve Clunin, received by Alfakuri. That's over on one. Oh, missed! Thomas Klein had a gimme shot there, and he just whiffed on it. Brookline gets a lucky break there. And now Raybold going on serve. This serve taken by Goodman, set by Vivaldi, and that one tapped over by Klein. Almost looked like he was going to whiff on that one as well, but he gets enough on it to drop it in no man's land. 5th kill for Klein, 15th assist for Vivaldi. Some more towels coming out to wipe up the court, wipe up the shoes, make sure guys aren't slipping and sliding around on the court. Now on serve is number 31. I'm not sure who that is. Wasn't on the lineup that I got in the regular season. His serve received. What happened? What just happened? Oh, Brookline was calling for a substitution. That was weird. Anyway, take two. Serve from number 31. And it sails long. Oh, and Needham's got to be really upset about that one. The substitution shenanigans there forced them to redo the points, and number 31 missed his second chance on the serve. Serve Alfakuri now, received by Clunin, bumped up by Goldberg. That's going off the ceiling, and it is tapped down. Good improvisation by Needham. Now Brookline sets up for Tomer, and they miss it long. Needham was out of sequence on their hits. Goldberg's hit went off the ceiling, but some good improvisation to just get it over and stay in the point long enough for Brookline to make a mistake. Vivaldi the serve. Dug out by Alfakuri. Chased down by Smigula, and it's going to be bumped over by Tomer, and he missed it wide. Brookline, a couple of bad misses there, and we're now tied up at 8. All started with a rough service receive on the serve sent over by Vivaldi. This serve received by Alfakuri, set by Smigula. Tomer's spike, missed again. 3 straight misses for Amir Tomer. 2 of them on spikes, 1 on a bump. Brookline a little out of sorts here. Vivaldi's serve taken by Alfakuri, bumped up by Smigula. Tomer roll shot to the back, taken by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Goodman pushed to the back. Missed it long. Good idea from Goodman, but missed it that time. Second time we've seen a Needham player miss one of those. All tied up at 9. Been a little while since we've seen a team get an offensive point. A number of points in a row off of misses. Now Luca Gallucci on serve for Brookline here. Serve received awkwardly by Clunin, chased down by Goldberg. Off the ceiling it ricochets. Clunin bumps it over. Taken by Alfakori. Set by Smagula. Tomer. Spike deflected. Taken by Rosman. Vivaldi sets. Rosman spike. Drops on the line for the kill. Good containment by the Needham blockers. On that spike by Amir Tomer, they didn't fall for the bait of the middle hitter there. They covered it well and gave their offense a chance to put something together, and they did. Sixth kill for Will Rosman, 16th assist for Vivaldi. Landon Liu, the server. Line drive serve taken by Alfakori, set by Smagula. Tomer, roll shot dug out by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi. Clunin, spike, drops in. Again, Lamb thought it was going out, and again he misjudged there. Fourth kill for Clunin, 17th assist for Vivaldi. Needham, now a multi-point lead for the first time in a while. Is this where Needham creates some separation, or can Brookline answer back? Serve Liu. Taken by Alfakori. At the net, blocked by Smagula. Recovered by Clunin. Bumped up by Vivaldi. Clunin pushes it over. Taken by Alfakori. Bumped up by Smagula. Tomer spike is blocked. Cooper and Goodman on the coverage. Second block for them. And a timeout called by Brookline. You could see a bit of a traffic jam for Brookline. Tomer kind of had to sidestep around. Smagula might have thrown off the timing and power of his jump there. And Cooper and Goodman had that one perfectly covered. Out of the timeout, let's see if Brookline is able to make some adjustments or if Needham will continue to push this newfound momentum. Serve Liu, sails long. Good watch by Alfakori along that back line. So Brookline catches a break out of the timeout. Let's see if they can close the gap here. Smagula on serve. Received by Rosman, a slip and a fall, and Vivaldi sends it over wide. Whoa, Needham might call for a towel out of that one, as it looks like both Clunin and Vivaldi slipped and fell in the middle of that point. Serve receive was a bit awkward from Rosman as Smagula sent over one of those dead non-spin serves, just a flat spinless serve he sometimes sends over to throw off his opponents. It's like sometimes you're trying to absorb the spin that your opponent puts on a serve. And then sometimes it has no spin at all. So it's like your tactics to absorb the spin end up backfiring. And oh my gosh, they're just straight up examining the court here. The trainer, Alex Jazik, coming out to examine the court for Brookline, see how slippery it is. There's a meeting with officials and what looks to be, I think I see Brookline Assistant Athletic Director Amanda Mortalet out there. They got both head coaches in the discussion. What's happening here? Are they discussing something about whether or not the court is fit to play or something? This is wild. I mean, I don't know what they're talking about here. I mean, what happens if they decide the court isn't fit, if they decide it's too hot? I mean, there's no way they call this and delay it to another day, right? Right? Man, this is one of those moments where I'm really sorry I can't go live today, because I'd love to be sharing this weirdness with the fans and know that I'm not the only one that's like, what is going on here? Some people are on the phone now? What is happening? Are they saying that the court is too slippery? I mean, this gym is packed to capacity. It's hot as heck. They already had to move here because the AC broke at Newton South. Tons of fans in the stands are still fanning themselves. I wish I had something to say here, folks, but I don't. I have no idea what's going on. Again, I see the Brookline athletics trainer, Alex Jazik. He's talking with somebody. He's rubbing his foot on the court. I see all the players gathered around the net. I mean, what do we do with this? We're one set and change into this best-of-5 match. I have never seen anything like this. I've seen outdoor games postponed due to rain. I've seen outdoor games postponed due to thunderstorms, due to darkness. I've seen games get delayed because of heat index. And again, outdoor games. I've seen indoor winter games called due to snow. I have never seen an indoor spring game be threatened by the weather. What on earth is going on? The players are leaving. Brookline is headed to the locker room. What in the world? Now Needham's coming off the court. Both teams have left the court. There are people at center court discussing what to do. Athletic directors discussing something.
They're clearly not announcing anything.
I'm just waiting for someone to get on the PA and say what's going on here. Otherwise, I've got nothing to say. We've played one set and change here. Brookline won the first set 25-20. Needham leading the second set 12-11. And now just the strangest thing, as after a long discussion, both teams have left the court. I think they called it. Oh my God. I think they called it due to heat. I just need someone to come up here and tell me what's happening. The game has been suspended because of the heat. I've never seen this before in my life. An indoor sporting event called because of heat. That's insane. Well, I don't even know what to do with this broadcast, so I'm just going to stop recording and I guess restart the recording whenever the heck this match gets continued. See you later. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in once again today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you from the gym at Hopkinton High School in Hopkinton, Massachusetts. Here to bring you coverage of, I guess, the second half of the 2026 MIAA Division I Boys Volleyball State Championship game. Well, here we are again. Once again, the contestants are the first-seeded Needham High Rockets and the second-seeded defending state champion Brookline High Warriors. For those of you who were paying attention to yesterday's interesting happenings, then you know that well, in the middle of the second set of the championship match that was being played yesterday, the game was suspended because of the heat. Initially, because of how hot it was yesterday, the match was actually moved from its original site at Newton South High School over to Westwood High School because the air conditioning at the Newton South gym was broken. But then at Westwood High School, the gym was so small and the crowd was so large that the gym got too hot and liquid just started condensating all over the gym floor, and players started slipping and sliding on the floor, and it just got dangerous for the kids to play on, and so they had to suspend the match and then try and find a new place and a new time to play on the fly again. So here we are at site number 3 on day number 2 of this state championship volleyball match. Hope everything is coming through all right. As this broadcast that I'm doing, I'm simultaneously live streaming this one for the NFHS network while also recording it for Brookline. So pulling some double duty today, and I hope you guys are able to get I hope those of you trying to watch live on NFHS network are able to get this one through. We ran into a slight snafu with our network connection, so we kind of had to call an audible on that as well because, you know, it's not this weekend if we don't call more audibles on things due to some kind of logistical snafu of some kind. You know, we're just getting in the spirit of things is the way I look at it. But I hope you guys are able to see this okay on NFHS Network so that you can enjoy what promises to be the continuation of what has been a great match already. Summing up the action so far, Brookline won the first set of this best-of-5 match, 25-20. Needham holds a 12-11 lead in the second set, as Brookline took the last point of that second set on a weird point where multiple Needham players slipped and fell, causing Needham head coach Dave Powell to, you know, call out the dangerousness of the conditions of the gym in Westwood, which then after a long meeting between the coaches, the officials, the athletic directors, all that, athletic trainers even, they decided that it was indeed too dangerous of a setup to play on, and so the match was suspended until now. So this match about to resume. As we see the teams getting ready to resume this match. This is probably the most unique scenario you're ever going to see a volleyball match being played, having to resume a match right smack dab in the middle of it. Basically, you're restarting physically and mentally from the previous day, but the match and the score itself is not resetting. So as a player, you have to be able to jump right in to the situation right away. You can't have the same mentality you would have at 0-0 because that's not where the match is.
Between the number 1 seeded team, the Needham Rockets, and the number 2 seeded team, the Brookline Proven. The match was suspended last night due to unsafe playing conditions and will be resumed from the point of suspension. Brookline won the first set, and Needham leads the second set by a score of 12-11, as indicated on the scoreboard. Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. We ask that your actions and words always demonstrate respect for players, coaches, and officials. If you require assistance, please call upon an MIAA, school, or security official. Our officials for today's match are R1, Laura Nelson. R2, James Randall. Line judge, Joseph Alphonse. Line judge, Don Mine. Official scorer, Glenn Corwin. Assistant scorer, Denise Traniello. Our great nation has persevered through the leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. We invite both veterans and current military personnel to stand. We thank you for your service to our country. Now we invite all who are able to stand for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, there we go. That was our national anthem. And we're about to get this second half of the 2026 MIAA Division I Boys Volleyball State Championship match underway. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to the NFHS Network for the live broadcast of this state championship match. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Hopkinton High School in Hopkinton, Massachusetts. The situation is thus. The Brookline High Warriors won the first set of this best of 5 sets match 25-20. The Needham High Rockets lead the second set by a score of 12-11. That is where we will resume after action was suspended yesterday due to the heat and humidity of the gym that made the gym too slippery and dangerous for the players. Players returning to the floor for Brookline, we see Amir Tomer, Liam Raybould, Zach Spencer, Alex Smagula, Kais Alfakuri, and Luca Gallucci, who I presume will sub out for the libero Jacob Lamb. For Needham, we see their libero Tyler Goldberg, as well as Matt Clunan, Luke Vivaldi, Max Cooper, Frederick Goodman, and Will Rosman. And as Gallucci subs out for Lamb, I'll tell you, folks, the one question I have is, are they going to make sure that the players are in the right spot in the rotation, resuming from where they were yesterday? That's its own logistical can of worms, which I assume they went through before starting this one off. Alex Smagula will be serving for Brookline. Here we go, back in the action. Serve received by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi to the right, spike by Frederick Goodman, sails long, no deflection. So as we resume, Brookline ties the score here in set number 2. All knotted up at 12. Shallow serve, diving dig by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Clunan, deflected, diving dig by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Tomer flies, sends it to the back, and his sails long. So we start this one off with back-to-back misses, one from each side. 13-12, Needham back on top. Tyler Goldberg on serve. Serve received awkwardly by Kais Alfakuri, sent back by Goodman, but it's dug out by Alfakuri. Set by Smagula to the right. Tomer's spike got through, and Needham could not recover it. Amir Tomer records his 8th kill of the match after generating 7 kills for Brookline yesterday. He'll now go on serve. He had 1 service ace yesterday. And sails it. Toss might have been a little bit behind or a little bit too shallow as he hit underneath it and sent it too far. Now Goodman on serve for the Rockets. Down the line, it's received by Alfakuri. Set by Smagula. Tap over by Raybould. Taken by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi from the back. A spike sailed by Rosman. No deflection. Again, knotted up at 14. Again, we're right in the middle of the second set. These teams, they don't have time to get their start of match jitters out. They have to lock in immediately because we're already in the middle of a situation in this match. Ryan Cheng on serve now for Brookline. His serve received by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi to the right, tap over by Goodman, taken by Alfakuri, set by Smagula, roll shot Tomer, taken by Goodman, set by Vivaldi, and a spike. Wait, we got a flag raised for an injury. I think that spike was Rosman picking up the kill. Amir Tomer went down hurt for Brookline in the middle of that play. The play itself was the 7th kill of the match for Will Rosman and the 18th assist for Luke Vivaldi. Tomer staying out there. Went down grabbing his ankle. That might be something to keep an eye on. He's a big contributor for Brookline. As it stands, 15-14, Needham leads here in set number 2. This serve from Clunan, received by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alfakuri spike deflected and taken by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike deflected, taken by Alfakuri. Set by Smagula, back to Alfakuri, down the line. Goodman digs it out, ricochets off the ceiling and could not be sent over by Vivaldi. That one kind of borderline as a kill. I think I'll give it to Alfakuri for his 4th. Smagula, his 13th assist. Raybould on serve. Received awkwardly by Goldberg, bumped up by Vivaldi, running spike by Rosman, taken by Tomer. Set by Smigula. Spike off of Corey is blocked. Blocked there by Klein. Thomas Klein with Luke Vivaldi assisting. First block for Klein and first for Vivaldi. Big reaction from Needham to retake the lead, 16-15. Punched over there by Luca Gallucci, taken by Goodman, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman deflected and taken by Tomer. Set by Smigula, and Alpha Corey pushes it over, and they call a double hit on Alpha Corey, and we've now seen a couple of Brookline players slip near that far sideline. I mean, there's no way that we would have a second straight day of a slippery gym floor as Klein misses his serve. But man, that is something to keep an eye on. 17-16, the Needham lead. Alpha Corey the serve. Received a bit awkwardly, but bumped up by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman blocked. A solo block from Luca Gallucci. Believe it or not, for Gallucci, that is his 6th block of this match already. He was a monstrous blocker for Brookline yesterday. Picking right up where he left off, getting the solo block there to tie us up. Alpha Corey's serve taken by Goodman, but it went the wrong way. That's going to be an ace for Kais Alpha Corey and a timeout called by Needham, as Brookline takes the lead 18-17. But boy, this second set has been tight as anything right from the jump here. We came into this one with Needham leading 12-11. It's now Brookline leading 18-17. No one's really generated any kind of serious separation or momentum. I don't think we've even seen, no, we briefly saw a lead of 2 points. Needham went up 17-15 after Alpha Corey slipped on the floor and committed the double touch. Since then, it's been 3 straight points for Brookline. A missed serve and then a block from Gallucci and an ace from Alpha Corey. Now an 18-17 Brookline lead. Remember, these sets are first to 25, win by 2. Out of the timeout, Alpha Corey misses into the net. Knotted back up at 18. We're entering the late stages of this second set with things all squared between Brookline and Needham. On serve now, Vivaldi. Received by Alpha Corey. Set by Smigula. Luca Gallucci fires out of the middle and nails it. First kill of the day for Luca Gallucci. He's been a key hitter for Brookline this postseason. 28 kills now for Gallucci in the playoffs, but his first of this state championship match. Gallucci now on serve. Serve received by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman deflected. Diving dig there by Gallucci, kept alive by Brookline. Taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi to the right. Goodman, spike, got it off the deflection. Frederick Goodman picking up his 4th kill. Luke Vivaldi, his 19th assist. Goodman providing a pretty consistent threat from that right side for the Rockets. And that is crucial to try and spread out Brookline's blockers. Now on serve for Needham is Landon Liu. Liu's serve received by Tomer, set by Smigula. Zach Spencer coming out, firing out of the middle for Brookline. Second kill of this match for Spencer. He had 1 yesterday. Smigula, his 15th assist. 20-19, Brookline leads. Smigula on serve. Down the line, taken by Rosman. Set by Vivaldi. Spike from Goodman. Oh, I think he touched the net on that swing. He could have gotten the kill there, but the pass just a little too far out in front, and his follow-through hits the net. Serve Smagula, taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Clunin spike, drops in. Beautiful placement from Matt Clunin as he picks up his 5th kill of this match. Vivaldi his 20th assist. Jacob Lamb, the Brookline libero, thought that one was going out, and it was close, but he underestimated Clunin there. Serve received by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. A hard spike from Liam Raybould cannot be kept alive by the Needham defense. Raybould, his 2nd kill of the match so far. Smagula assist number 16. And a timeout called. Brookline with a 2-point advantage here in set number 2. If Brookline gets 3 more points, then they would take a 2-0 lead, and they would be 1 set away from repeating as state champions. But all Needham needs themselves are 5 points, and they would not up this match at 1 set apiece and be 1 step closer to collecting their 4th state championship of this decade. It would be their first since three-peating in 2021, 22, and 23. A big juncture coming up here. Either Brookline goes up 3 while needing just 2 more points to win the set, or Needham cuts Brookline's lead back down to 1. Serve from Tomer, received, sent straight up in the air from Lou, set by Vivaldi. Spike Clunin is blocked back, recovered by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi, back to Clunin, and that one off the blocker's hands and wide. Big kill there from Matt Clunin, who went for the power shot the first time, then went for kind of an angular push off the blocker's hands for the second one. Crafty move there for his 6th kill. Serve Goodman, received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alpha Corey, tap over. Great read and great placement from Kais Alpha Corey. Went for a jump like he was going to go for a power swing, but then pulled back and went for the changeup to pick up his 5th kill. Smagula his 17th assist. 23-21. Ryan Chang on serve for the Warriors. Serve received, set by Vivaldi. Clunin spike deflected, could not be followed up. Matt Clunin continues to fight back for Needham, picking up his 7th kill. Vivaldi his 22nd assist. 23-22, Brookline leads, and points don't get much bigger than this, folks. Either Brookline comes out of this with set point, or Needham ties it up. Serving is Clunin. Received by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alpha Corey pushes it down the line. He got it. Oh, what a huge kill from Kais Alpha Corey. Opted to push it straight down, hugging that sideline. It's now set point for Brookline. Serve from Raybould, taken by Rosman, over on 1, spike on 1. Luca Gallucci wins the battle at the net, and Brookline takes set number 2. The serve from Liam Raybould drew an errant service receive, and Luca Gallucci, with his 2nd kill of the match, wins it for Brookline, 25-22. Now, during this break between the 2nd and 3rd sets, since I am recording this for Brookline, I do have a Brookline business as a sponsor. This broadcast for Brookline is brought to you in part by This broadcast brought to you in part by Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. Brookline High sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything from remodels to handyman honey-do lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. And once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring my broadcast. All right, here we go. Set number 3 underway. Brookline leads 2-0. If the Warriors win this set, they win the state championship. However, if Needham can answer back and take this third set, then we go to a fourth set. Number 9, Logan Liu, will be serving for the Rockets to start off this third and possibly final set of this state championship match. Here we go. Serve received a bit awkwardly by Lamb, bumped up by Smigula. Spike Tomer got the deflection for the kill. Brookline lucky on a couple of notes there. First, lucky that off a less than ideal service receive, they were able to still get a good pass off, and then lucky that the spike was deflected. Vivaldi sets to Clunin, and he's blocked. Raybold and Spencer on the coverage that time. First block of the day for Zach Spencer, who has been the lead shot blocker for Brookline in these playoffs. Just 1 block so far for him, 3 for Raybold. Vivaldi sets for Rosman, his spike. Oh, he stepped over the middle line. When you're coming from the back half of the court, you can't step over that middle line. And so that violation gives Brookline a 3-0 lead. Serve received by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Clunin got through the blockers that time. Matt Clunin, never one to back down from a challenge. Did not blink after getting blocked his last spike attempt. Delivers a hard shot there off the blocker's hands for his 8th kill. Vivaldi his 23rd assist. Goldberg's serve sails long. Remember, last year, Brookline defeated Needham in the state finals 3-1. For Brookline, it was their first state championship in over 30 years. Now this serve from Tomer, received by Goldberg, and it's off the pole. That's an ace for Amir Tomer. And a timeout called by Needham. Amir Tomer, the Brookline High record holder for career service aces, picks up his second there. His second of this championship match. That is his 56th of this season. and his 18th of the playoffs. Like I said, Brookline defeated Needham in last year's state finals. This year, the two teams split their regular season series. Brookline defeating Needham in Needham back on April 30th, 3-2, while Needham swept Brookline 3-0 in Brookline on May 14th. As of right now, Brookline leading 2-0, but every set's been close so far. Brookline has not won a set by more than 5 points, and that very much follows the pattern of what we saw between these two teams in the regular season. 6 of the 8 sets that Brookline and Needham played in the regular season were decided by margins of 4 points or less. So these are two very closely matched Bay State Conference rivals battling it out here on this championship stage. And that is just wide from Tomer on that serve. You could see Goldberg hustling to get to it, ultimately pulled back, and it was a good decision from the Needham libero as that one goes just wide. Serving now, Goodman. Received a bit awkwardly by Alfakuri. It's over on one. It's back on one. Barely recovered by Raybold, and Spencer punched over awkwardly by Raybold. Taken by Goodman. Set by Vivaldi. Spike Klein deflected and taken by Raybold. Set by Smigula. Alfakuri spike deflected. Recovered by Klein. Bumped up by Goldberg. Clunin. Tap over. Diving pancake dig by Lamb. Set by Smigula. Roll shot Alfakuri. Taken by Rosman. Set by Vivaldi. Spike Clunin. Cross court. Missed it. What a wild rally that was. And it ends with Matt Clunin kind of overcorrecting for his cross-court spike, trying to avoid the blockers. And Brookline takes a 6-2 lead. On serve now, Ryan Cheng. Down the line, taken by Clunin, bumped up by Vivaldi, punched over by Clunin, and it could not, wait, it is kept alive by Cheng and bumped over by Gallucci. Taken by Rosman, set Vivaldi, spike Klein, blocked by Gallucci. Oops. Hit the wrong button there. Showed the replay a bit prematurely there, but Luca Gallucci picking up his 7th block of the match as a timeout is called. And how about that? Needham struggled a bit at the start of that point off of the serve from Ryan Cheng, but Matt Clunin actually had a very nicely placed shot down the line that was about this close to getting a kill, as Amir Tomer just had to dive out and swat at it with his hand. But then Ryan Cheng hustling to get to that ball and keep it alive, and Brookline just able to stay in the point long enough to get an opportunity for a block. And Luca Gallucci with perfect coverage in the middle for the solo block. His 7th block of this match, his 70th block of this season, and his 18th block of the playoffs. Gallucci has been a much bigger threat out of the middle as a hitter rather than as a blocker throughout this postseason, but today his blocking has been on point. Serve Cheng, received by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Clunin sends it to the back and overshoots it. No deflection there. A less than ideal sequence for Needham, and Clunin trying to send it to the back and just overshot it there. Cheng's serve, he overshoots it. I did actually get a note in an email from one of my regular viewers of my usual Brookline streams, Mark Forgas, saying, "No, so nice to have you back. Missed you yesterday." Thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate the comment. Serve from Clunin, taken by Tomer, set by Smigula. Spike Alfakuri down the line, taken by Clunin. Set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman deflected, taken by Tomer. Set by Smigula. Alfakuri, left-hand tap over. taken there by Goodman. Set Vivaldi, spike Rosman deflected, taken by Smagula. Set by Lamb, spike off of Corey, blocked, recovered by Raybold, set by Lamb. Now Tomer, roll shot, overshoots it. Great defensive coverage by Needham. Defense has been this program's bread and butter for years. Some great defensive recoveries by Clunan and Goodman. Some good blocking up front. And they stay in the point long enough for Brookline to make a mistake. Lamb takes the serve, sets Magula, tap over Galucci, recovered by Vivaldi. Set by Goldberg. Rosman off the net cord, taken by Smagula. Set by Lamb. Off of Corey, the spike deflected, recovered by Goldberg. Chased down by Vivaldi. Rosman spike blocked wide. Needham is not backing down. They're starting to build some momentum here in set number 3, trying to come back after a rough start. 8th kill for Rosman, 24th assist for Vivaldi. Clunan the serve, received by Lamb, set by Smagula to the right. Raybold fires, overshoots it, but he got the deflection. Liam Raybold from the right side for Brookline picks up his 3rd kill, getting it off the blocker's hands. Smagula assist number 20. Serve from Raybold, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi, spike Rosman, he missed it, no deflection. A couple of close misses for Needham have given Brookline back their spark. They lead by 5. Serve Raybold, taken by Rosman, set Vivaldi, tap over Klein, taken by Smagula, set by Lamb. Tomer flies from the back, spike to the back corner, missed it. Just a bit long. It was an impressive leap from the back half by Tomer, but just couldn't execute on the hit. Almost perfectly placed to that corner, but just a touch long. 10-6. Landon Liu going on serve for the Rockets. Received by Lamb, chased down by Smagula, pushed over by Galucci, and they call a double touch on Galucci on his attempted push over there. Rough service received from Lamb. Put Brookline way out of sequence there. Liu back on serve, taken by Lamb. Sets Smagula, spike Galucci. Luca Galucci powering through the middle for his 3rd kill. Now Alpha Khoury on serve. Received by Clunan, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike. No deflection, he sailed it long. Needham's had some problems with hitting errors so far in this set. They've had a few costly misses. Serve Alpha Khoury, taken by Rosman, set Vivaldi, spike Cooper. Placed that one perfectly in the back corner as Max Cooper picks up his 1st kill of the match. Vivaldi his 25th assist. Also, shout out to Will Rosman for a really great service receive, passing it directly to his setter to set up that play. Serve taken by Alpha Khoury, set by Smagula, spike Galucci, dug out by Vivaldi off the deflection, bumped up by Goldberg, spike Rosman was blocked, and that one went back. Smagula and Galucci. 8th block for Luca Galucci. 4th block for Alex Smagula. Serving now, Galucci overshoots it. Brookline maintaining a healthy lead through much of this 3rd set, but Needham staying on their heels, keeping things within range of a potential comeback if they can find some momentum. Logan Liu on serve for the Rockets. Serve sails long. Good watch by the Brookline backliners there, Alpha Khoury, Lamb, and Sebi Levy watching that one fly long. Smagula on serve for Brookline. His team leads by 5. Serve taken by Rosman. Set by Vivaldi. Spike Goodman deflected, taken by Alfakuri. Set by Smagula. Raybold fires. Missed it wide. Liam Raybold has got a lot of power from that right side for Brookline. Sometimes he just has a little bit of trouble controlling it and ends up missing shots like that. 14-10. Goldberg the serve, taken by Alfakuri, set by Smagula, back to the right to Tomer, and Amir Tomer picks up the kill. Tenth kill of the match for Amir Tomer, a man who can hit from the left, the right, the middle, wherever you need it. 15-10, Tomer on serve. That serve flies long. The serve seemed to kind of lose its spin halfway through its flight trajectory there, and as a result just kind of carried, didn't spin its way down. Goodman, shallow serve, dug out by Tomer, set by Smagula, spike Alfakuri. A flying leap from Alfakuri to power that one through. 7th kill from Kais Alfakuri. 23rd assist for Alex Smagula. Brookline still up 5. Serve from Cheng, received by Rosman, set by Vivaldi, Clunan spike, dug out by Cheng, set by Smagula, spike Alfakuri, dug out by Goldberg, chased down by Rosman, bumped over by Goldberg, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula, Raybold sneaks in for the kill. That was a beautiful rally from both sides, some great defensive plays, but ultimately a very well executed sequence from Brookline as Liam Raybold picks up his 4th kill, Smagula his 24th assist. Serve Cheng, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi, Clunan pushed to the back, taken by Smagula, set by Cheng, roll shot Alfakuri, taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi, Clunan spike, dug out by, by Tomer, bumped over by Cheng, taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Clunan tries again, blocked, recovered, kept alive, and Goldberg bumps it over. What an effort from Needham. From Cheng to Smagula, a tap over from Gallucci, taken by Goodman, set by Vivaldi, spike Clunan, cross court, perfect. What an effort from Needham to stay in that point, and it's Matt Clunan picking up his 9th kill with Vivaldi getting his 26th assist. Still a 5-point margin here in set number 3. Clunan on serve. Received by Lamb. Set by Smagula. And battle at the net lost by Brookline, but Alfakuri recovers. Set up for Raybold, and he overshoots it. Needham trying to close the gap here. Serve Clunan, taken by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Tap over Gallucci, taken by Goodman. Set Vivaldi. Spike Rosman, blocked wide. Will Rosman, his 9th kill. 27th assist for Vivaldi. And a timeout called, I think, by Brookline as Needham starting to generate some momentum. They got a 3-point streak here, having cut Brookline's lead in half. We got a note in my email from Edwin Buchanan saying Naples fan club had to fly south today, but back in time to get your broadcast. Just lost the feed. And Ed, I hope you got the feedback. If anyone else is having trouble watching it here on NFHS Network, please let me know. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of the screen. Send me an email if you're having any technical difficulties. I want to hear about them. 17-14. Out of the timeout. Serve Clunin. Dug out by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Alfakuri fires. Not dug out. A great cross-court pass from Smagula and a great cross-court spike from Kais Alfakuri as he picks up his 8th kill of the match. Smagula assist number 25. Serve Rabel, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman straight down for the kill. 10th kill now for Will Rosman. The first Needham hitter to reach double-digit kills, although Matt Clunin right behind him with 9 of his own. Those two have been such a two-headed monster at outside hitter for Needham all season long. Serve Landon Liu, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Roll shot Alfakuri, dug out by Rosman, set by Liu. Rosman tap over, sliding dig by Levy, set by Smagula. Spike Alfakuri, and Goodman could not dig it out as it goes over the net and goes wide. Another great cross-court spike from Kais Alfakuri from that left side as he picks up his 9th kill. Smagula, 26 assists. Alfakuri, after getting the kill, he goes on serve. Line drive serve misses long. Brookline trying to reach that 20-point threshold and enter the home stretch of this third set. But Needham nipping at their heels, 19-16 the score. A new server now for Needham as this one dug out by Lamb, set by Smagula. Spike Tomer is blocked. Goodman and Cooper combined for a very big block there. Third block for each of them. As serving is actually Vivaldi. I just misread his number earlier. Vivaldi's serve taken by Alfakuri, set by Smagula. Tomer cross court. Great angle from Amir Tomer. He definitely did not have the height to get past the blockers there, but he contorts his body well for a cross-court shot. Picks up his 11th kill. 20-17. Serving Gallucci, taken by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike, dug out by Alfakuri, set by Smagula. Roll shot, Tomer is blocked, recovered by Spencer, set by Smagula. Alfakuri tap over, taken by Goodman, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike gets through. Brookline held him off as long as they could in that rally, but they couldn't hold him off forever. Will Rosman, his 11th kill. Vivaldi, his 29th assist. Needham is within 2 of Brookline. Logan Liu on serve for the Rockets. Serve received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alfakuri roll shot blocked, recovered by Spencer, could not be followed up. A block from Cooper and Clunin that time. First block of the day for Clunin. For Max Cooper, his 4th. Needham finding their blocking power here in the home stretch of this third set. Smagula sets to Spencer. Power shot dug out by Liu. Bumped up by Goldberg. Pushed over by Clunin off the fingertips. And Matt Clunin picks up his 10th kill. Tyler Goldberg, his 2nd assist of the match. He had 1 yesterday, and Brookline calls timeout as we're all knotted up at 20 apiece. It's still anyone's set and anyone's match. So a very interesting situation here. Brookline is 5 points away from a state championship, but Needham is also 5 points away from tying up this match at one set apiece, or no, from continuing this match and making it 2-1. And if you get that kind of momentum with a comeback like Needham is having, then anything could happen in the fourth set. And if they win the fourth set, they force a do-or-die fifth set. Big juncture here out of the timeout. Logan Liu on serve. Received by Alpha Corey. Set by Smagula. Tomer flies. Deflected. Taken by Vivaldi. Goldberg sets. Clunin pushed to the back. Taken by Alpha Corey. Sent on two by Smagula. Chased down by Vivaldi. Set by Goldberg. Goodman blocked and could not be dug out. Tomer with the assist from Spencer on the block. Wait, they gave the point to Needham. Wait, what did they call? Did they call a net touch on Brookline or something? They called some kind of infraction on Brookline. What a big turnaround on that call. Serve received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Tomer spike gets through for the kill. Amir Tomer said, "You're not going to give me that point? Fine, you're going to give me this one." Tomer picks up his 12th kill. Smagula his 28th assist. 21-21. Smagula the serve down the line, just wide. It's a game of inches, folks. And the inches were on Needham's side that time as they now lead 22-21. Goldberg, the serve, received by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. Rapel tap over blocked. Blocked by Klein. His second block of the match. Needham has completely flipped the script on Brookline. They lead by 2, needing just 2 more to win the set. Serve off the net court, taken by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. Tomer flies blocked, recovered by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. Tomer tries again, and Tomer on the second try. He needed 2 tries for that one, but Amir Tomer does pick up his 13th kill. Alex Smagula, his 29th assist. Big recovery by Alpha Corey off the block. And a huge opportunity for Tomer here on serve. His team trailing by 1. Serve received by Clunin, over on 1. It goes wide. Oh, what a perfect time for an ace for Amir Tomer. The power of Amir Tomer's serves has tied it up at 23. Now this serve received by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi, spike Clunin, and Clunin gets it. And it's set point now for Needham. What a huge play from Clunin for his 11th kill, Vivaldi his 30th assist, and how about Tyler Goldberg on that service receive to set that in motion. Set point for Needham, 24-23. Goodman the serve, received by Lamb, set by Smagula, Alpha Corey spike blocked. Klein and Vivaldi combine for the set-winning block. And we are not done yet here in Hopkinton. Needham takes the third set, 25-23. And that's a lot of momentum going Needham's way into the fourth set. During this break between the third and fourth sets, once again, in my recording for Brookline, I remind you this broadcast brought to you in part by Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. BHS sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything, from remodels to handyman honey-do lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829. to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. And I mean, hey, if you're a Needham fan, Needham's not that far away from Brookline. Could potentially service your home as well. All right, here we go in the fourth set of this state championship match between Brookline and Needham. Brookline still leading 2-1, but Needham with a lot of momentum after a clutch 25-23 win in set number 3. The serve from Smigula, received by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi, spike Clunin, deflected and taken by Lamb. Set by Smigula, spike Tomer is blocked, recovered by Lamb. Set by Smigula, Tomer tries again, got through the blockers, this time for the kill. 14th kill of the match for Amir Tomer, assist number 30 for Alex Smigula. Now Smigula's serve, received by Clunin, set Vivaldi, spike Rosman. Will Rosman flies from the back and drops it in front of the receiver's hands there for his 12th kill. Vivaldi, his 31st assist. Now on serve, Goldberg, taken by Alpha Khoury. Set by Smigula. Tomer from the right sends it to the back corner for the kill. The two teams trading haymakers to start this fourth set. Kill number 15 for Tomer. Assist 31 for Smigula. Tomer now on serve. This serve dug out by Goodman, set by Vivaldi. Clunin, spike, dug out by Lamb. Bumped up by Smigula. Punched over by Alpha Khoury, taken by Goodman. Set by Vivaldi. Spike Clunin could not be dug out this time. 12th kill for Matt Clunin, and I'll tell you, Lamb's been having a rough time reading those cross-court spikes from Clunin. He let one go that it turned out dropped in. That one he probably could have let go, might have gone wide, but goes off his shoulder. Serve received by Tomer, set by Smigula, spike Raybold, received by Goodman, set by Vivaldi, bumped over by Clunin. taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alfakuri, roll shot, taken awkwardly by Goodman, off the net, kept alive, but not enough. I think we can be a little bit generous there and give Alfakuri his 10th kill off a nice topspin shot there. Now Ryan Chang on serve for Brookline as they lead 3-2. The serve taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Clunin spike blocked. Blocked by Gallucci and Raybould. Ninth block for Luca Gallucci, 4th for Liam Raybould. Serve Chang, taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Pushed to the back by Clunin, taken by Smagula, bumped up by Chang. Roll shot, Tomer, deflected and taken by Goodman. Set by Vivaldi. Rosman from the back, dug out by Smagula. Bumped up by Chang. Alfakuri, roll shot down the line. He got it! He got it! Kais Alfakuri hugging that sideline again, picks up his 11th kill. And Ryan Chang picking up his first assist of the playoffs. On that play there, hustling as Smagula forced to dig out a lot of shots on that one. Vivaldi sets up for Clunin, cross-court spike, beautifully placed. Matt Clunin with those cross-court shots has been deadly for Needham, and he's got 13 kills today. Vivaldi, 33 assists. 5-3, Clunin on serve. Taken by Lamb, set by Smagula. Gallucci, the spike. Great adjustment by Alex Smagula at the net to complete that pass for his 33rd assist as Gallucci supplies the power out of the middle for his 4th kill. Raybould the serve, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Rosman, tap over, chased down by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alfakuri spike, and what power that time from Kais Alfakuri. 12 kills now for Alfakuri. 34 assists for Smagula. A timeout called by Needham as Brookline applying pressure early. They've got a 7-3 lead. But we know just from last set, a 4-point lead is not enough. Not against either of these teams, quite frankly. You know, we saw Brookline come back from an early deficit in the second set. Granted, that comeback kind of partitioned by the weird weather-related suspension of play. And then we saw Needham, right in front of us today, come back from a similar deficit in the third set. This is still anyone's set and still anyone's match. Out of the timeout, Raybould back on serve. This serve dug out by Goldberg, but not very well. That'll be an ace for Liam Raybould. Liam Raybould had 11 aces in the regular season, 0 in the postseason up until now as he picks up his first of the playoffs. Vivaldi sets for Klein, deflected and taken by Lamb. Smagula sets Alfakuri, pushes it off the blocker's hands, recovered by Vivaldi, bumped up by Goodman. The spike from Rosman cannot be kept alive. Great efforts from Needham to stay alive in that one, and a great hit from Rosman out of the middle to kind of carry what was a awkward sequence for the Rockets. Rosman picking up his 13th kill. Frederick Goodman, his first assist. 8-4, Brookline leads. Serve Lou, taken by Tomer, chased down by Smagula. Spike Alfakuri, dug out by Goodman. That's going off the ceiling. It's followed by Landon Lou, punched over by Rosman, but it sails wide. credit to Landon Liu for tracking that one off the deflection off of the, all the bars up in the ceiling there, but could not be followed up. Alpha Kuri down the line, taken by Goodman, set by Vivaldi. Max Cooper running spike. Curved it too much, it goes wide. A nice idea, have your middle blocker run to the right side undetected and go for the cross-court spike there, but just didn't quite execute on it as a timeout is called. (10-4), Brookline leads here in set number 4. If Brookline wins this set, they win the match and win the state championship. But if Needham can come back and win this 4th set, then they force a do-or-die 5th set that would be 1st to 15, win by 2, rather than the normal 1st to 25, win by 2. And again, with the strength and experience of both of these squads, not just with this big stage, but also with each other, you cannot count out any possibilities. Out of the timeout, Alpha Kuri on serve. Received by Goodman, set by Vivaldi. Rosman's spike goes wide. I mentioned earlier how Jacob Lamb has had some trouble judging those cross-court spikes. He judged that one perfectly and let it sail out. Serve Alpha Kuri into the net. That's really the one thing you can't have is service errors. This sport is designed that you can only get point streaks on serve, so you can't be missing those opportunities. Serve Vivaldi, taken by Alpha Kuri, set by Smigula. Spike Tomer, power shot off the blocker's hands for another kill. That is his 16th. And a great high cross-court pass from Alex Smigula for his 35th assist. On serve now, Galucci. Serve received by Clunin, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman, dug out by Galucci, set by Smigula. Spike Tomer off the hands of Goldberg, chased down by Clunin. It's still alive. Goldberg bumps it over. We're still going. From Spencer to Smigula, back to Spencer. Dug out by Vivaldi, kept alive by Goldberg. Rosman fires, and Rosman got it. Will Rosman has shown such an ability to take those scrambling sequences and turn them into power shots with his raw strength. He picks up his 14th kill. Goldberg his 3rd assist off of that diving play. 12-6. Serve Logan Liu. Taken awkwardly, but followed up by Spencer to keep it alive. Bumped over by Lamb. Vivaldi now sets to Clunin, who powers it through for another kill. His 14th. 34 assists now for Luke Vivaldi. Needham trying to close the gap on Brookline here, but they still trail by 5. Serve Logan Liu, taken by Lamb. Sets Smigula. Tomer flies. And oh, that one was sent back. He almost got a kill on that one. A roll shot now from Tomer. Dug out by Goldberg again. Set by Vivaldi. Spike Clunin could not be dug out. Oh my gosh. 15th kill for Matt Clunin as Brookline calls timeout. And how about Tyler Goldberg? A power shot from Amir Tomer. Looked to have him dead to rights, but he not only sent it over on one, sent it to the back half of the court where he almost scored a point right then and there. And then when Brookline able to recover for another spike, he dug it out again and put them in place. The Rockets, that is, put them in place for another Matt Clunin kill. Again, You cannot count out any possibilities in a Brookline versus Needham volleyball match. Brookline calling a timeout to try and slow down Needham's momentum and energy and trying to regroup themselves. The Warriors still lead by 4. Logan Liu, another serve, dug out by Lamb, bumped up by Smagula. Tomer's spike powers through. We talked about Will Rosman's ability to take less than ideal sequences and turn them into power shots that get points. Amir Tomer's got a similar power for Brookline as he picks up his 17th kill. Smagula his 36th assist. Serve taken by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Rosman blocked. Spencer and Tomer up front to get the block. First block of the match for Tomer, second for Spencer. This serve taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clunan spike got through the blocker's hands. Matt Clunan, his 16th kill. Vivaldi, his 36th assist. A 5-point game here in set number 4. Serve Goldberg, received by Alpha Khoury, set by Smagula. Raybold fires and he's blocked, but he's blocked wide. Liam Raybold, rare shot from the left side as he's typically a right side hitter for Brookline, but picks up his 5th kill. Smagula his 37th assist. Tomer on serve. Brookline bringing the claps as they do when Tomer's serving. This serve absorbed by Goodman, set by Vivaldi. Spike Klein kept alive by Lamb and Alpha Khoury, pushed over by Smagula. Taken by Liu, set by Vivaldi. Running push by Clunan, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alpha Khoury spike off the shoulder. It's still live. Bumped up by Goodman, bumped over by Logan Liu. Taken by Spencer, set by Smagula. Alpha Khoury spike deflected and taken by Clunan. Vivaldi sets. Clunan pushes. Not off the blocker's hands. They pulled away in time as Clunan misses wide. A huge breakthrough from Brookline as they now lead by 8, 17-9. Needham did not like that call. They thought it went off the blocker's hands, but the officials say no. Tomer's serve absorbed by Goodman, set by Vivaldi. Spike Clunan blocked. Raybold and Spencer combine again for another thunderous block for Brookline. Third block for Spencer, 5th block for Liam Raybold. Liam Raybold, the Brookline program record holder for career blocks, as he spent most of his high school volleyball career as a middle blocker, switched to a right side hitter this year, while still being one of Brookline's premier blocking forces up front. Tomer's serve overshoots it. Got a little overexcited there. Brookline in the driver's seat still, though, right now. They lead Needham by 8, and they need just 7 more points to capture the state crown. Serve Goodman, received by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alpha Khoury spike, deflected, and dug out by Rosman. Bumped up by Goodman. Clunan roll shot to the back, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alpha Khoury roll shot, diving dig by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Clunan running tap, deflected. Oh, but they called, I think, a net touch, or they called some kind of infraction on Needham. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe some kind of illegal touch there. Either way, Brookline now leads by 9. Ryan Chang on serve. This serve received by Rosman, set by Vivaldi. Spike Clunan cross court for another kill. Clunin and the Rockets not backing down. His 17th kill. Vivaldi his 37th assist. Clunin, after the kill, he goes on serve. And misses. Needham has not missed a lot of serves today. Certainly not many in this fourth set. But they missed that one, and Brookline reaches the 20-point threshold. They are 5 points away from repeating as state champs. The serve from Raybold, taken by Goodman. Set Vivaldi spike. Klein powers through. 6th kill for Thomas Klein. 38 assists for Luke Vivaldi. And you know, volleyball, it's one of those sports you don't have a clock. You have to finish the job. You have to get those last points, no matter how much you're up by. This match is not over. I can't emphasize that enough. Landon Liu on serve for the Rockets. Received by Tomer. Set by Smigula. Alfakuri cross court. Beautiful angle from Kais Alfakuri for the kill. His 13th. Smigula his 38th assist. Kais Alfakuri, the serve, taken by Goodman, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike blocked, recovered by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Rosman tries again, overshoots it, no deflection. 22-12, Brookline up by 10. They need just 3 more. The Brookline fans stomping their feet. You know the countdown is going in their heads. Just 3 more points to go to glory. Serve Alfakuri taken by Goodman, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike taken in the back by Levy, set by Smigula. Alfakuri off the net cord, taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Tap by Rosman, blocked. Rosman recovers, kept alive by Goodman, pushed over by Cooper, taken by Lamb, set by Smigula. Galucci pushes it, dug out by Goodman, sent over on 2 by Cooper, taken by Galucci, set by Smigula. Tomer spikes, deflected and taken by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike blocked, recovered by Goldberg, set by Cooper. Roll shot by Rosman, taken by Lamb, set by Galucci. Tomer pushes it off the blockers, recovered by Galucci, spiked on 2 by Smigula. Alex Smigula trying to take the roof off this place as he gets his first kill of the day. Luca Galucci his first assist. Brookline is 2 points away now. Serve Alfakuri taken, set up by Vivaldi, sent over by Rosman, taken by Levy, sent on 2 by Smigula, dug out by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike, dug out by Lamb, but cannot be followed up. Rosman, his 15th kill. I think it was Vivaldi picking up his 39th assist. Needham not backing down. Serve Vivaldi, taken by Lamb, set by Smigula. Tomer spike, barely kept alive as Goldberg gets it over. Taken by Lamb, set by Smigula. Tomer flies again, deflected and chased down by Clunin. Set by Vivaldi. Rosman spike cross court, got it. Again, it's not over until you get that last point. And Needham is doing everything they can to keep Brookline from getting those last points. Vivaldi's serve taken by Alfakuri, set by Smigula. Tomer spike cross court, dug out by Goldberg, set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman, another kill for Rosman. His 17th kill, 41st assist for Vivaldi. Needham has cut the deficit down to 8. They still have a long way to go to come back. Serve Vivaldi taken by Alfakuri, set by Smigula. Galucci is blocked. Solo block from Rosman. Not even sure if that one went over, but I think it was blocked. And a timeout is called by Brookline.
This is a reminder that all spectators are asked to stay off of the playing court until after the
All right, here we go. Out of the timeout, 23-16, the Brookline lead. Vivaldi's serve is an ace. Mishandled there by Alpha Corey. Needham has cut the deficit down to 6. If Brookline wants to finish the job, they got to lock in soon. Serve Vivaldi, received by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. Tomer flies, and Tomer takes care of business. And it is match point for Brookline. It is championship point for Brookline. 18 kills for Tomer, 39 assists for Smagula. 24-17. Brookline is 1 point away from their second straight state title. Galushi serving for the championship. Dug out by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi. Spike Rosman blocked. Recovered by Goldberg. Set by Vivaldi. Rosman tries again. Deflected. Taken by Levy. Set by Smagula. To Tomer. And to glory! A new chapter has been written. The ink on the pages may now dry. The Warriors are state champions again. The senior co-captains, Amir Tomer and Alex Smagula, connect one last time in their high school careers. Tomer's 19th kill of the match and Smagula's 40th assist will be their last. And it was the last that they needed to complete their second straight championship run. And the PA announcer directed fans to not come onto the court, but they're not listening. What a match. What a match it was. 3 different venues, 2 different days. But in the end, only one championship could be crowned. And that champion in 2026 for the second straight year is the Brookline High Warriors. The awards ceremony will be coming up, so we'll stay here for that, as they'll give out awards both to the state runner-up, Needham, as well as the state champion, Brookline. Give Needham a ton of credit. They made their 6th straight trip to the state finals. They gave Brookline a fight once again in this state championship match. They fought hard all season long in a really hyper-competitive Bay State conference that really felt like a 3-headed monster between Brookline, Needham, and Natick, fighting for that top spot in the power rankings all season long. And Needham, in the end, coming out on top in the power rankings. They really found their form late in the season, powered their way through to another state final appearance, and didn't back down even when down 2-0. Got that clutch win in set number 3. So much to be remembered for, and you know what? Even if they didn't win a championship year, the senior class of 2026 for Needham were still members of that 2023 state championship squad, as well as members of 3 straight state runners-up. There's so much for Needham to be proud of, and I hope they hold their heads up high. And for Brookline, absolutely nothing you can take away from what this team has accomplished these past couple of years, all that they've built up to over their years as a program. Head coach Lexi De La Cruz winning 2 state championships in his first 2 years as head coach. this senior class of 2026 closing out their careers with 2 straight state titles. Some of those seniors, 4-year varsity players that have had huge contributions from start to finish. And as the team poses for their team photos, I think I'll just give congratulations to the full rosters of these 2 teams. First, a congratulations to the state runner-up Needham High Rockets, including senior captain Tyler Goldberg, senior Thomas Klein, sophomore Ethan Lee, senior Will Rosman, sophomore Mason Langlois, junior Jackson Steinwagner, sophomore Logan Liu, senior Landon Liu, sophomore Joseph Zolotar, sophomore Lucas Tarragona, junior Max Cooper, senior captain Luke Vivaldi, junior Nathaniel Skatrud, senior captain Matt Clunin, senior David Vulik, junior Tucker Anderson, and sophomore Frederick Goodman, and head coach Dave Powell. Hats off to Needham for another great season. And then, of course, a hearty congratulations to the state champion Brookline High Warriors as they win this match 3-1. Set scores 25-20, 25-22, 23-25, 25-17. Congratulations to state champions, senior captain Amir Tomer, junior Kais Alfakuri, sophomore Will Kiger, junior Jacob Lamb, junior Ryan Chang, junior Henry White, junior Ben Zoe, junior Jack Castro, senior Christoph Huang, senior Zach Spencer, senior captain Alex Smagula, junior Luca Galucci, senior Merrick Steen, senior Sebi Levy, senior Flynn Gumpel, senior Jed O'Donnell, senior Noah Martin, sophomore Luis Suarez, and senior captain Liam Raybold, as well as head coach Lexi De La Cruz and assistant coaches Justin Suhu, Julian Vesneski, and Greg Detweiler. The team's posing for photos here, but I think I'm going to wrap up the stream here on NFHS Network. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and once again, congratulations to the 2026 MIAA Division I Boys Volleyball State Champions, the Brookline High Warriors. Thank you all so much for tuning into the NFHS Network, and have a good night. All right, now as I've wrapped up the live stream, now for the recording for Brookline, I just want to say a couple extra words. First, I want to thank our local sponsor, Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. BHS Sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything from remodels to handyman honey-do lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. And of course, I want to thank the Brookline High Boys Volleyball program for bringing me back for another season of broadcasts. It's always such a joy that I can't even really put into words how much fun it is, what a great community it is. You know, my thanks to the coaches, to Coach Lexi De La Cruz and his staff. My thanks to all the parents You know, they've always got such kind words to say, so great supporting, paying me to live my dream out here and get to broadcast sports. To all you fans who have commented in the live chats and the emails and what have you all throughout the year, your support means so much to me, and I cannot thank you enough. And then I want to give one last special shout out to the senior class of 2026 for all that they've done for this volleyball program over their 4 years here. You know, first I'll give a shout out to some of the guys who've been on the bench for the most part. You know, guys like Flynn Gumpel and Merrick Steen and Noah Martin. You know, these guys, they would get their opportunities here and there during blowout matches, but for the most part, you know, they were riding the pine. And I always say it takes a great deal of maturity and a great deal of love for the game and for the guys around you on your team to be able to keep coming in, keep giving everything you got in practice, in the few opportunities you get. It takes a lot to keep giving to the game when the game isn't necessarily given back to you as much as you want. So I give a world of credit to those guys, to Noah Martin, Merrick Steen, and Flynn Gumpel. And then to some of the defensive specialist seniors, guys like Christoph Huang, Sebi Levy, and Jed O'Donnell. You know, guys that would rotate in for a couple of points, you know, be asked to come in for a couple of points and then sub back out, either to just go on serve or to help out on the back line. You know, again, that can be such a thankless job. Defense in general in sports is such a thankless job. And what those guys always did, the poise they always brought, the consistency of serving, as well as the instincts on the back half of the court, was such an asset to the team, such a great addition to their depth. They made so many unsung plays throughout the season. Hats off to Jed O'Donnell, Sebi Levy, and Christoph Huang. And now to some of the regulars. I'll start off with Zach Spencer. Zach Spencer, who's been one of Brookline's key middle blockers the past few years. Brookline always seems to have a lot of depth at middle blocker, and so it can be easy to get lost in a sea of good players at that position. And, you know, Zach Spencer, throughout the playoffs, he may not have had the same kind of spiking consistency that Luca Gallucci had, and during the regular season might not have been as you know, efficient a blocker as a guy like Henry White. But Zach Spencer had such a great balance between his hitting ability and his blocking ability in the middle that he was a guy Brookline would call on to start in the middle every match, and there's a reason for that, and it's because he has such a great versatile and balanced skill set. He has everything you want out of a middle blocker. Hats off to Zach Spencer, who finishes his season with 75 kills, 68 blocks, and 4 assists. And then lastly, to the 3 co-captains, Amir Tomer, Alex Smagula, and Liam Raybold. 3 4-year varsity players. I saw these guys come up as freshmen on the varsity squad. I saw Liam Raybold start to make an appearance late in that 2023 season and into the playoffs as a middle blocker with a world of potential as a blocker and a hitter. Made his presence known right away as Brookline made their underdog run to the Final Four in his freshman year. Really established himself as a starting middle blocker over the next 2 years of his career. A huge blocking presence, a huge hitting presence out of the middle. And then this year, making the transition to the right side where he could, you know, be relied on for kind of a different kind of hitting. And he still brought that a great complementary hitting ability, complementing from the right side while also showing off his blocking prowess, because with other teams' left side hitters coming at his side a lot, he was asked to do a lot of blocking duties, and those were on display all season long, all career long. Can't say enough about Liam Raybold. There's a reason that he is the program record holder for career blocks in Brookline High boys volleyball, and I think I heard yesterday that he surpassed 200 career blocks during yesterday's portion of this match. Hats off to Liam Raybold. What a special career. And next to Amir Tomer, who just scored the championship winning point. Amir Tomer, who started out as a libero as a freshman, if you can believe that. Started out as a defensive guy because he's always had a great balance of offense and defense in his game. Started out as a libero, started out as a key defensive guy for Brookline, played that position so well as a freshman, again on a team that made a Cinderella run to the Final Four in 2023. The next year, he gets moved to the team's secondary outside hitter behind Kristaps Vivars, spends a couple of years hitting behind Vivars, the program record holder in kills. And then this year, asked to take that step up to the number 1 outside hitter spot. Donned Vivars' old number at number 1 and wore it like a champ from start to finish. An absolute force as a hitter for Brookline from start to finish this season. And you know what? You can't say enough about his serving. He became the program record holder in service aces this season, and you saw it all season long, all the way up to today. His ability to bring those powerful serves with powerful top spin. Right when Brookline needed some momentum, he could bring a hard serve or a powerful spike and turn things around for his team. Absolute clutch, absolute leader from start to finish in his career. Hats off to Amir Tomer. And then last off, Alex Smagula, the program record holder in assists, the starting setter for all 4 years of his career, a co-captain for all 4 years of his career, Alex Smagula. That, I could say that alone and just put an end to it, and that would speak to everything. The numbers speak for themselves. Those, positional accolades speak for themselves. The all-star nods, all of it speaks for itself. Alex Smagula, an incredible talent who could play any position on a volleyball court if he wanted to, but took on the most specialized position at setter. But the one story I want to tell that really, to me, speaks to who Alex Smagula is as a player and as a leader goes all the way back to his sophomore season back in 2024. I remember it was after a match, I think it was against Wellesley. Brookline had won the match 3-1. It was a match they probably should have won 3-0, but they dropped a set. And Alex Smagula played what I thought, as a fan and as a broadcaster, I thought he played a very good match. Had a lot of great passes, a lot of great spikes, a lot of hustle on defense. But then after the match, as I'm waiting to talk to one of the coaches afterwards, I hear one of the coaches talking to Alex Smagula, talking about how he had to do more, about how he had to do better in that match. And Smagula was saying, well, wait, I was throwing my body at every ball I could. I was hustling out there. I was doing everything. And the coach said something that I'll never forget. He said, it's not about you. It's about the team. He was asking a sophomore, an underclassman, to take responsibility for how the team was playing as a whole. He was asking a sophomore, an underclassman, to uplift the teammates around him. And that was a moment where I knew that Alex Smagula was a special player and he was going to have a special career. And like I said, it speaks for itself. Over 2,000 career assists, the program record holder in assists, so many other clutch blocks, kills, service aces throughout his career from start to finish. A 4-year varsity starter, a 4-year varsity setter, and a 4-year co-captain on the varsity team, and now a 2-time state champion. Hats off to Alex Smagula. Well, that's going to do it for this broadcast and for this season. From Hopkinton High School in Hopkinton, Massachusetts, final score, Brookline 3 sets, Needham 1 set. Set scores 25-20, 25-22, 23-25, 25-17. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all so much for watching all season long, and congratulations to the 2026 state champion Brookline High Warriors.